Okay, this room is called Clubhouse Tools.
This is samurai armour from the 16th century. It was basically changed around the 16th century to this kind of solid dough plate here because it was to do with muskets coming in and European armour being copied by the Japanese because it was a better defence. Everything is designed really well. So this seems to be kind of counterintuitive because it's going the wrong way. You kind of think it'd be like roof tiles, so one overlapping the other, so sort of slip down and off. The idea of this is it would catch the sword, so it'd give me time to get my own cut in while this guy was delayed. This sort of important. The faceplate is all about this helmet. It's designed to intimidate the enemy. So we have a moustache, and anybody that were fighting would think that they were demons, and they would be scared that this is a demon coming to fight. But this part is would be the badge of the samurai wearing it. So he would know on the battlefield who he was, just from this, basically. This is samurai.
Who is the most powerful person in America?
Yeah? How would we not kill our fucking deer?
We're coming up on a major fundraising.
That's a nice bill, man.
Nice.
How much fuel does that thing hold?
That was the one that took $50 today.
Dang, you must be rich, man.
No, if I didn't have this boat, I'd be rich.
Ah.
We're coming up on a major fundraising deadline, and there aren't many more between now and the election. So I am asking you to pitch in right now to help us meet our goal.
Pitch in. Do your part of democracy. They don't even say
Right
do
now.
your part for the country. It's like it's the most inorganic, authentic campaign ever.
My name is Sandro Miller. I am an alumni of Elgin Community College.
send it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, y'all keep me in the room. Keep me in the room.
How fly?
Is knowledge in it?
It's the chillism room.
Knowledge not gonna let me talk. I don't like Mexican.
I ain't even heard Knowledge say nothing.
nothing.
This is funny though.
Hey.
She trying to act all innocent and shit.
All right, let me go.
Okay, this is that. This is, it hurts. I really don't like you. I really don't like you right now. I really do.
You don't want to be my friend with fashions? Why can't we smoke the peace pipe, my fashions? Why can't we smoke a blunt, call it a day, have a glass of Hennessy on the rocks?
How often do you smoke a split?
Pretty regularly, actually. But like, I would say it's probably the equivalent to like 2.5 cigarettes a day.
Okay. Things are adding up. Like, how long do you wait in the morning before you have one?
I don't know, sometimes half the day, sometimes with coffee.
Yeah, how's that morning split going right now, buddy?
Don't have that. I'm just sitting outside with coffee right now. I'm
Dependent?
sitting outside with coffee.
Yeah. If you can't go a month just stone sober, you have issues. You know? Like, I'm talking no caffeine, no nicotine.
Are we getting?
No
I'm
alcohol.
willing to take
No
a shot
weed.
at sober October
No-
to see
no
if it's the
pill.
hard.
What about the gym? No gym?
Don't sober.
No gym?
Why would you go no gym though?
Get $1 million today.
I like the fact that just an ass sits right after Kim. I like that. It's just like an ass sits, you know?
Just very mediocre, anyways. Very much.
Yeah, thank God my daughter, though, never got into the Taylor Swift thing because I watched my friends go the same as they went to that stupid fucking Barbie movie. And then their husbands were like, they were colleagues with me. They're like, can you drop by and take some pictures of the way our dumbass wives look? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this thing. I was like the drive-by snapping photos. Illegally in my state, you can't have your phone in your hand while you're driving just to please them because they're like, do you guys think that you're back to being like 19 years old again? I'm like, no, we have 19-year-olds. I don't know what they think, but I'm not dressing up like a Barbie doll and standing and waiting in a line to stand in front of some stupid Barbie car. No, thank you. But everybody's going to these Swiftie concerts, and their husbands are cracking up, and I'm just sitting here like, no.
Well, yeah. You should not be eaten by those bugs. I'm like, no, it's not good.
Yeah,
But
I
like
don't think that she's a musician. Like, but you know, the music industry is not really about who deserves to get more money. It's really not, because there's so many much better musicians than her for her to be making that much money. Kinda crazy.
It's only as good as people are ambitious about actually consuming real art, you know? It's
Yeah,
no
you
matter.
can tell that, like, for example, Imogen Heap came out with that hide and seek song, which is like a work of art. It's so gorgeous, it's so deep. And then I was like, oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. And I told my husband, it's definitely not going on the Billboard Top 200. He's like, why? And I'm like, because it's too deep, it's too intelligent, it's too fantastic, and it's not in the style that boppies will like. And then Jason Derulo, a few years later, buys the rights to redo hide and seek, and he goes, you know, Jason Derulo, and starts putting on this thing behind that hide and seek, and it goes to like number one. And I was like, yeah, because they want to hear the bop, they want to hear that ooh, you know, but they don't want to hear the depth to the original Imogen Heap hide and seek, you know. I knew it. I told him immediately.
But do you think that Taylor actually has ever really deeply loved any of the men she's used to get to where she's at?
He was cocaine. Cocaine is very enthusiastic about it.
Well, I don't think she really, like, yeah. I mean, she may have felt something. I don't really think it might have been attraction.
Well, she felt something from the tip of his dick, but,
I don't know.
Make it up from it. Like you can just see in the lyrics that some, like the feelings are really shallow. Because when you actually
Yeah,
like
she's shallow.
stuff,
Yeah.
when you feel deep stuff, you don't write like that.
Yeah.
Then you actually can't write. When you actually
Yeah.
feel
You
deep
know
stuff,
who's
have a
felt
big
deeply is Evanescence. Yeah.
Maybe. But what it is about Taylor Swift, here's the thing, like really, she has not gone through any of this dramatic shit that she's claiming. I think that guys just get really bored of her. This is what has happened in her relationships. And that's why she's like trying to say, oh, that guy was an asshole. No, he just got bored of you, you know?
Yeah, because you're fucking annoying.
Well,
Babbling like random stuff in your like Ford cars.
Okay, great.
I'd rather listen to like a 70-year-old
Okay, great.
man naked, you know, playing recorder maybe, you know, for like hours than listening to her songs.
that was a great visual, Stefan.
You're very welcome.
but nobody's
I
ever
like
called
that
her out on it.
question.
Now,
Honest.
if it was one of us that went out there and we made it to the top somewhere, right? And people would come out and be like, well, they made it to the multi-million-dollar mark because they slept with this person, and this person. But nobody's really called her out on this. And that is exactly what she's done.
You think she made it because she slept with people? I don't think. I think she's
No,
too much of a
it's-
bitch for that.
It's the guys that she used.
I get that some people, you know, have genes that definitely are a lot harder. But like this lady she was lazy.
My Uncle Jim, fantastic guy. Always a little heavy. He got real heavy for a handful of years. Basically got told, hey, you're pre-diabetic. You can be a diabetic if you don't do something about this. Fucking you're just eating whatever, drinking a lot of whiskey. And he kept doing that. And then his son found him dead sitting in a chair.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah. He had a TV remote in his lap. He fucking died watching TV.
Sad.
He died doing what he loved.
What was it caused? Like a heart attack or something? Or just
Yeah.
heart gave out?
That's another thing that I used to live with the guy, a buddy of mine, and he was super into lifting. He like competed in whatever those body, I don't know, they go up on stage. He's like natural or whatever. And then he started getting into a bit of steroids. He tried it and he didn't like it. But like some of his buddies, dude, they were so big and they were so addicted to getting bigger. Like the one guy was like 35 and he died of a heart attack. He was doing so much roids and like I do think that the gym can be an addiction too for some people.
Yeah, of course, man. They have like $10,000 prizes in some of those competitions.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's doing it for the money, but
No, body dysmorphia goes in each direction. I agree with you. I know some people that consider sculpting their shoulders or their back to be more important than anything in their life. But they can lose their job and not really care. They're still allowed inside of their gym and don't run out of their 19 supplements. Life really is what you just focus on and give your energy to.
Kind of ironic that, Uncle Jim was named after the one place he should have gone.
I should have said that at the funeral. That's fucking funny. Oh.
okay, Florida, what is this sound?
One of those flashlighters.
Are you knocking primers out?
That is the sound. Two silver bars hitting each other.
Ah, okay. This is why I don't accept gold or silver. I can't tell if you're trying to rip me off.
I'm actually going to sell something right now.
I apparently inherited.
I was going to say, you have a nice door stopper, David, at your barns.
No, I decided to sell
I in plain sight.
So,
What's silver at these days?
It's way too low. Dave, you need to hold on to that until Samsung reaches out to you and says, sir, we need your silver for our batteries.
Wow. I like that, guys.
I'll get you paid well.
I listened to those types of mindsets in 2010. Took a position in silver. Fucking thing's still down 40%.
Yeah, half of my family did. Tragic.
Ooh, it's a good lesson.
Oh,
it was a good lesson.
A quarter of my family still thinks silver is the most important investment of their life.
Yeah.
And they're
Sadly missed today, then. So
they're far gone.
$11. Yeah, it's going back to $11 in the next 3 to 4.
Ozzy, somebody was right in the middle of speaking, my guy. They were right in the middle of speaking. Yummy? Yummy?
I need the car.
He's not the
How much money have you made on silver?
Not demure.
Not mine.
I'm not.
Have you seen this word demure going around on social media?
Yeah.
It's demure now.
It's like
Wife every day.
Like I could have doxed everybody in this room, but I've been very demure, very.
What the fuck does that even mean?
You see how I do my makeup for work? Very demure, very mindful. I don't come to work with a green cut crease. I don't look like a clown when I go to work. I don't do too much. I'm very mindful while I'm at work. See how I look very presentable? The way I came to the interview is the way I go to the job.
I was informed last night by the girls that that's from some show called The Nanny, and then some TikToker made the lines famous.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Bitcoin is going to 70K and Ethereum's going to 3563 before they can.
Bro, can you not just have a conversation
No,
before
I
you
can't.
start with that bullshit? Just shut the fuck up.
PG,
I don't know.
Massive fail. PG paper
Hey Kazi, I shorted Bitcoin last night, and I think my dick's bigger than yours, man. So good luck getting 70 better.
It is black. Yeah, this is how I order at Starbucks to let them know.
Naturally, my dick is bigger than yours, Florida. That's just
Girl math.
Hey, good fun.
This is nature. That means Florida. The retort to that was, that's why my brain is bigger than yours. You missed it though. You missed the moment, the window.
That's not my ass.
I haven't got my way to zero of my addictions yet today, Honnold. Sorry, I'm a little slow, sir.
Have you built a gun yet? That's one of your addictions.
No, I've been a good boy. I've only been buying $400 flashlights and ammunition this year.
You can't build or modify a gun.
I haven't been. I went through and labeled everything I have. I must have been $800 away from full retard. And you should never go full retard.
Bro, this is how I just ordered at Starbucks to let them know I wasn't gay. I was like, hey, can I get the pumpkin spice thingy? The cold brew one? And she's like, yeah, cold cream, non-fat. Okay. That lets them know. It's not for me. You know what I mean? Stop that, JC.
Still gay.
Turn this off. I'm very straight. I have 4 children. I made them with a human woman.
your specific order was cut off and we didn't hear half of it. You might want to repeat exactly how you ordered it.
Oh yeah, I just said pumpkin creamy cold brew thingy, and the woman was like, oh yeah.
The woman said, sir, weren't you just here yesterday getting another one for yourself?
And I said, I refuse to learn his name. I'm not gay. I'm very straight.
Okay, big boy, here's your PSO.
That's the song right there. That's the shit.
It is.
La-da-dee-la-da-da.
It is Andrew Tate had his 34 vehicles taken away.
They took him away again?
Do people still care about Andrew Tate?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
But we've been
Just making
bantering about it. So I saw 34, Ferraris or whatever the hell he had gone.
Bugattis.
Owning a Bugatti seems pretty gay, you know?
Yeah. I'm interested to the point to where are they actually going to put him in jail? That seems
Listen, Otto, if he was gay, he's so fucking ugly, I don't think he'd have a man.
I think he is a little bit gay, don't you?
I have no idea, honestly.
Because he has all these videos where he's like, I don't have sex with women for pleasure. That's not why I do it. And it's like, what do you mean? Because I'm doing it for pleasure, my guy. I don't know what other reasons there are. You know? What's the other reason?
I don't know if those messages between him and his brother are true, then maybe he just does it for power.
I don't know. I'd be scared to venture out there and say that he probably calls women breeders.
I was gonna say, what, you got a baby maker factory? For sound for
So fucking ugly, honestly.
He is a weird looking guy.
He looks like a dick.
You know what I've noticed? Every guy who takes testosterone ends up looking like a human penis. Have you noticed this?
It would track.
They lose all their. Well, think about it. They lose all their hair. They get all muscly and engorged, and they get veiny. They're a human penis.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
That's what wrong, yeah.
You know, I am often compared to a human penis. They say bald men use their testosterone for more important things.
One more pain to get Rob to grow his. No, we need Anchor Watch more.
You know, I've recently been acting as Adrian Dittman, aka Elon Musk, and Andrew Tate, and it's going great. Hodel, I gotta say though, it's a little disconcerting when I hear that you say the Americans don't give a fuck about Jews or Israel. You sound to me like a Jew hater and a bigot.
Total? I thought we got rid of that with happy.
Disrespectful. Very disrespectful. You should not do this to people, mate.
That's not very mindful, not very demure.
Well, there you go.
Adrian, is that your
Not
dog?
very classy. So is demure a real word? About a comment bothered Adrian. That's the Joker.
Yes, it's a real word.
How do you spell it? Well, I dumped some of my folders over.
Demure.
I'm proud of myself.
You go, Dave.
David, I'm proud of you as well. Congratulations. You've rid yourself of a small part of doom and gloom mindset.
I was saying I'd give you a gold star, but you.
Andrew, I really thought about it this week, and I'm just like, I think this is stupid, and I actually want to get rid of it. I want to start getting rid of some of it. I don't want to do it all at once, but I just don't like the idea that I'm sitting on this and somehow think it is beneficial to me because it's been a lot.
Pretty raw.
It's been a lot. Yeah, no, it's been a bit of a lie, and I don't even want to be that guy. I don't know.
Are you having an identity crisis, Dave?
Yeah.
You're not gonna buy a Corvette, are you?
No, I'm not. I am gonna buy some more Bitcoin with it, and some other things. I'm gonna make sure that yeah. I'm not gonna acquire this anymore. Just whatever. Might hold on to a little bit just as a memory, but that's it.
Hey, Dave, I apologize. I got interrupted here while you were saying something.
No worries. I don't like the idea that, because I often will be like, oh yeah, I got that sitting there, and if it ever does well, I just don't even like thinking like that. Like if shit totally collapses and if this and if that, it's like, you know what? I got lots of guns and bullets for that situation and food.
And plenty of Bitcoin.
I don't need the silver and gold. It's stupid to imagine that I do, and I have enough of it that I should sell some. So I'm just gonna slowly, probably every week, unload a little more until I get down to a meaningless position that I would like to hold on to.
Here's how I calculated gold and silver. If you needed all that all of a sudden only for a transaction, historically it's about a tenth of an ounce per day. That was the labor in the old ages. So that's a silver dime for whatever daily sustenance and shit. So before things work out and get back to some normalcy, let's say whatever. Let's say it's bad. Let's say it takes 2 years. Okay. So you need 365 times 2 silver dimes. Multiply it by number of people and you're done. That's it. No more worrying about silver, gold, doom and gloom. Easy peasy. And then if you see yourself as, let's say, rebuilding or being a part of rebuilding or whatever. All right, so you might need some capital for doing some kind of a business that is essential to life. All right, so maybe you'll do like a bakery, okay? So how many fucking gold coins do you need to be able to start a bakery? Not many at all. There you go. It doesn't take much, and then you put it away, and then you don't think about it. You know all the bullshit. Concentrate on what's. Yeah. I said easy peasy. That's it.
I just missed Andrew Alpha, and I'm really upset. But I did have a 6-year-old girl call me a handsome cowboy, so got that going.
6-year-old? That's nice.
Yeah, I'm still wearing this fucking cowboy hat, and I've got a mustache, and I don't know, just.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm definitely looking different than other people around here recently. That is the truth.
Okay, so she was being literal.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know. She's like, I've only seen you on TV. Hello.
You know what though, Andrew? I was thinking about it, and I definitely made a little money on my silver and gold. Not a ton, but probably average like 20, 25, probably 25%.
Well, are you also taking advantage of Canadians' policy on gold and silver bullion at the banks and whatnot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if you're like buying it from a local dealer, I mean, you're losing 10% each way. Like buying and selling, it's a fucking nightmare, man. It's a fucking nightmare. I went to go sell, probably only 10 ounces of silver one day, and the guy offered me like 19% below spot, and I'm like, dude, I'm putting this back in my garage. Fuck you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I got a hair below spot, which was fine. Like what spot actually says on my phone, but like pretty much spot. And I'm doing 100 ounces of silver and 1 ounce of gold until I kind of get it down to where I want it to be.
Many years ago, I chatted with one guy who ran a coin shop, and he explained to me how they make money. They underpay you when they buy from you, and they overcharge you when they sell to you. That is their spread. Like, I don't care what the spot price is.
That's technically the same thing with Bitcoin. It's just way more liquid, right? It's super competitive. So like that is how any market works. That's how car sales works, right? Like it's not technically underpaying you when they need that to sustain their business. The problem is like you're sustaining brick and mortar stores versus an online thing that's super cheap to operate.
Yeah. Well, even the brick and mortar ones have all their inventory online as well, but nevertheless, they still do it.
Yeah, but you have to have a brick and mortar store probably to do gold and silver. You don't to do Bitcoin. Think of the spreads at the ATMs, right? Those ATM companies aren't getting filthy rich. That's what they need to operate those ATMs. Like, as soon as you have a location, like it costs you a lot more to operate.
Dude, my business partner does not understand this. When we have a fucking slower than normal week or just a slow month, he's like, is everybody just stealing all of our merchandise? It's like, dude, no. Your building is fucking too expensive. Your labor costs are too high. You refuse to come in here and pay me and other people to do it. I fight with this fucker every fucking 3 days. Sorry. Yeah, this physical building, lawsuits from the physical building, keeping the air on, the lights on, LED signs, fucking furniture, cleaning supplies, people to fucking be here, security systems to monitor when we're not here. If I could open this up again, I would literally do it out of my fucking garage or 5 nice vending machines in my area and in this business climate. I absolutely would.
Looks like Beamer has outpaced Tesla in European electric vehicle sales for the first time. Those damn Europeans hate America.
They do.
Yo, I was looking at the electric Hummer and an electric Cadillac yesterday at the dealership when I was waiting for my oil change. These things suck. Like, I would not want to drive one of those.
The specs, the look, the feel, all of it.
Yeah, they look, they feel like Barbie cars. Like, if I'm buying a Hummer, I want like the old style Hummer that sat lower, had a super wide base, you know, had a bulletproof engine and body. Like, these things are like plasticky and leathery, weird. Like, I don't know. They actually aren't that roomy for how big of a vehicle they are.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, they're not. I haven't been excited for a new vehicle in a while, and I actually went in person to go check out a few different Broncos when those became generally available after they, were released. Dude, that thing is. I'd rather have my cousin's 1994 fucking Bronco that he took.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a brand new Stingray vet, dude. A brand new Stingray vet. I'm like, this thing is like cool, but like, no, I honestly, I would rather an old model.
Did you see the video? Did you see the video where the guys pulled like the Lamborghini Max? It's all plastic.
No.
Hey, Trey, you there?
What's up?
Listen to this genius headline and let's then do napkin math. Wealthy Floridians are reversing the migration trend, snapping up New York City luxury homes in record numbers. In the first half of 2024, they spent $150 million in Big Apple residence worth $3 million or more. 150 divided by 3 is 50. That's a record numbers, man. Oh my goodness. Record numbers. And it says worth 3 million or more. Some are more than 3 million. Some are 4 or 5. I don't know all the numbers. So I was being generous. Taking 150 divided by 3. It's probably like 30. And those are record numbers for New York City. Amazing article writing skills. Fucking propaganda bullshit.
I mean, they might be record.
That's not that much, the volume. Really.
Yeah. Right.
Record numbers.
Yeah.
But how do we know that it's not actually a record number despite the volume being low?
Record numbers can be taken as far as just like whatever snapshot in time you want to fucking make it.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we're 66% there, right? This is month rich people are bitching. First class seats are disappearing as airlines shift focus, but some routes still offer luxury experience that rival private charters. Emirates leads the way with top-tier amenities, while Lufthansa and Qantas follow suit. You know what? I just flew in Lufthansa, and it went to shit. United has gone to shit. It's true what they say.
We better dissect that headline. Has anyone paid attention to the billionaire super yacht that was initially reported that they were hit by a water spout?
Yes.
Killed
And it's a conspiracy now.
Yes.
It's not a conspiracy. The Italians are actually launching an investigation to a manslaughter investigation for what happened on the yacht.
So,
Can you
why
repeat
does
that?
negate it from
They
being
got
a
hit by what?
conspiracy?
In Italy, a large boat hit. They were anchored. That billionaire that was acquitted recently.
Yeah, it killed him and his wife, and it killed high-profile lawyer.
His daughter.
Yeah, his daughter.
The only people that survived were the crew members.
Wait,
His
daughter and his wife didn't survive?
Supposedly it was something. The investigation is being launched into the crew for negligence.
Wait, hold on. I thought his wife and his daughter survived.
No, Hannah was the most. I just read the article. His daughter was the most recent body discovered.
Yeah, Hannah died. I never heard the conspiracy.
The conspiracy was that the government, the CIA specifically, took him out.
Yeah.
They wanted the technology that he had, and the lawyer had connections to another technology that apparently they wanted. So the conspiracy is that they killed him for this technology.
But it's not the technology like he supposedly sold to HP, right?
It was a part of that, but also another technology as well called, I think, Dark Trace.
So,
Pretty wild story.
What's the technology?
You know, like this super yacht that they were on was supposed to be one of these type of unsinkable ships too. So like the fact that it
Well,
actually
if people believe that shit, then I think
yeah, I know, but you know, like something nefarious probably did
Yeah,
happen.
the maker is saying that
you go to a shipbuilding yard, they give you a little brochure. Do you think it's gonna say our shit is unsinkable or sinkable? Which one?
It's gonna say unsinkable, obviously.
like the maker's just saying it was negligence on the crew members because they should have woken up the gas. They also should have shut a lot of,
Yeah. If I made the ship too and it sunk, I'd probably claim that too to start.
Delta COO is leaving. Alright. You guys gonna fall on the sword for fucking out. Just come in, pull at the end of the day.
What happened to Delta? Oh, that whole hack thing.
They couldn't operate for a long time.
Okay, I didn't know if it was still that or something else that had happened.
I do like them though, over other U.S. airlines, but they couldn't operate because of the stupid choices. They'll fix it now. A lot of people think CIA just kills everybody. I mean, they just buy you. That's the easiest thing to do. I forgot that part. It's always.
Yeah, but I think they have said that they tried that. I remember there was like a 7-minute video that somebody posted online, and crazy enough, it's gone now. It's part of the conspiracy.
Is that the one you were gonna send us?
Yeah, it's gone. Great. The link is dead.
Would that be also an example of what goes around comes around? He was what, prosecuted for something?
No, he wasn't actually. He was found not guilty.
For what?
He was acquitted actually. I don't exactly remember the charges that was in this video. I was gonna post the video for Grace, but it's gone.
Do you realize how big the CIA has to be in order for everything to be a conspiracy theory? like half this room is working for the CIA. If that's true.
Only like a third, I would say.
Third. All right, we gotta do more hiring then.
Well, I mean, I think conspiracy theory has a plethora of definitions. I don't think that it automatically assumes it's the CIA, but yeah.
Wait, you guys don't work for the CIA?
I do.
I just assumed all Americans.
Like it's amazing.
Well, I heard they got you today.
Oh, I'm with the RCMP. Came with the worst.
Listen,
Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
when you say CIA, are you really referring to APEC?
I'm actually part of the INCMB.
So I do have a question for the Bitcoiners. Is Kamala or Trump better for Bitcoin?
Trump.
What do you mean by better for Bitcoin? Better for Americans
Pricing.
to buy Bitcoin?
No, I mean the price of it.
I think probably Trump. Like on a short term, for sure. On a long term, I don't think it matters.
I mean, let's be honest, we know that when somebody gets a massive amount of donations from a specific issue or party, Bitcoiners, they are more likely to give us favorable legislation.
Yeah, but in order to donate a ton of money, a lot of Bitcoin has to be sold. So it's also negative for the price.
Well, I'm just wondering if the Federal Reserve creates a CBDC or some type of federal crypto coin as a currency issue, that would be negative for Bitcoin, I believe, unless all tides, rise.
No, would not be negative. Why would that be negative?
Well, that's why I'm talking about it, because I'm trying to figure out if it's positive
So
or
there's
negative.
already basically that with like Tether. It's basically their money, but digital, right? But like, is that bad for Bitcoin? I don't think so. I think it's actually good for Bitcoin. It makes it easier for people to get liquidity in and out, which is good for Bitcoin. I think the on-ramps and off-ramps are important to adoption. So,
Well, what I'm saying is,
Would you believe it if I told you that dollar printing occurs outside of the United States printing press as well?
you mean there's currency manipulators out there doing fake currency?
when you say manipulators, are you implying that it's illegal? Like, is it manipulative? Are you manipulating the price of Bitcoin if you sell some?
No, it's a marketplace.
Yeah,
It's a
you
marketplace.
Are, right? You've changed the price. But the market price is all the manipulation, which is buys and sells.
Well, duh.
So when you say manipulation, like it's kind of like a negative thing, it doesn't really, I don't really relate, like.
Well, what I'm trying to say is, it's my hypothesis is that cryptocurrency is a result of government funding, government research, government issuance. And I believe that the government, now that they've perfected the technology, will reissue a new superior coin.
But if they perfected it, why would they? Why is that bad? Reissue?
Because it's just like stock. It's like stocks. If you issue more shares, it dilutes the number of total shares and lowers the market cap. I'm merely presenting hypotheses. I mean, they're
If your hypothesis is that they're going to come up with a U.S. Federal Reserve crypto and there's a fixed supply and it can never get bigger, yeah, that would be a big deal, right? Like, I'm sure a lot of people would want that.
That's the thing is they will recreate a crypto that's not a fixed volume or fixed marketplace.
Well, then it's totally different. If it's not a fixed supply, nobody's interested.
I know it'll be fiat. It'll be fiat coin. I mean, you're the one bringing up retardation in your Russian accent or your Ukrainian accent.
Right. Yes. Let's end the retardation.
just by saying end the retardation doesn't end retardation in a Bitcoin
I
room.
think this is a fair conversation that we can work through, Andrew.
Yeah, I think it's fucking. So cryptocurrency is a decentralized
it's a repeating
currency.
theme.
So if you're saying the government is issuing cryptocurrency, it's gobbledygook. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, people generally refer to all cryptocurrencies as cryptocurrencies, even though most of them are not decentralized, right? So, like, we'll give them that. They can call it a cryptocurrency, even though it's not decentralized. Because I don't know if that is a defining factor.
That is the definition of cryptocurrency.
It's important to frame what he thinks a cryptocurrency is. If we're going to have this conversation.
Yeah, I mean, just because I'm using cryptography to log into my bank portal doesn't mean it's a cryptocurrency that I'm
He
transacting
doesn't
with.
know what it means, and it's the same conversation many times over. Yeah, that's not thinking. Bullshit. This isn't the digital dollar.
I mean, I don't know how much he understands, but it's obviously like, so the government can't create a better version of Bitcoin, right? They could match it, but that would be very harmful to them. Like they could no longer fund everything.
Like they don't make toilet paper that's in the government.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, Andrew, if the government came out and said, we're going to create our version of a crypto, and it's going to be exactly like Bitcoin, like
it would have to be a stable coin. The Immaculate Conception and the price
discovery
can only happen once.
Sure, but if they decided to, there are many reasons why it wouldn't be an adoption against Bitcoin, right? And that's what I thought we'd touch into, rather than just saying obviously not. It's like, okay, do you want to know why? Like, are they going to start it out where everybody starts mining at the same time? What kind of miners are they going to require? Is it going to be proof of work, or is it going to be, if it's proof of stake, it's not as good, so nobody's going to want it. If it's proof of work, like, do they have all the miners already lined up, and are like the miners that are out there won't hash their algorithm? Well, that also is like an unfair advantage, and people aren't going to go for it. So, but even if they could match like the supply issuance and the total supply of Bitcoin, like that would be very detrimental to them. How do they fund things, right? Like they can't really do it. Like they can't compete with the free market on this. The government is incapable of offering what the free market is offered. It's impossible.
They're not going to give away their money printer. First of all,
they can't.
Part of the reason that Bitcoin was successful is because no one was paying attention to it for its first few years.
Well, it's also successful because people were paying attention to it, right?
Nobody knew it was going to be worth anything. Now everyone knows.
That's not really true. If you read forums and stuff talking in 2010, people thought it was going to be worth something.
Yeah, like
in fact, Hal Finney said, okay, there wasn't a lot of people, but it slowly gained adoption. So, like,
if this government announced it, it would be millions of people.
Okay. Do you think over a long time horizon it would compete with Bitcoin?
Are we talking about a stable coin or just another Bitcoin?
Whatever they want to create, but I would like to know the parameters of what they're creating. Is it a fixed supply? Because then it's not worth it to them. If it's not a fixed supply, it's not worth it to us. So like, how are we going to cross that gap where they want the advantage and we don't want them to have the advantage? You can't cross it. We have to create our own, and we've created our own, and it's on the road to success. And like, we have the upper hand, so they can't, like, how can they incentivize us from bailing on Bitcoin? They can't. There's nothing they can offer me. Which is why it's so inevitable that we're going to win at this point. Like, I just agreed.
Bitcoin is not real good for the government.
Well, us or for you guys or whatever. Your politicians do not own you; they work for you, and you are the government. They derive their authority from your votes. So you are the government. The people of America govern America, and it's good for America. So it's good for the government, just not good for the politicians. It's not good for the central bankers, maybe, but it's good for America. It's good for the government.
I wouldn't go as far as to say it's not good for the central bankers.
Over time, it'll make central bankers a lot less valuable. Absolutely. If we don't need their systems as much, it's going to take away from them, right? It's going to take away the power to control. It's going to actually keep them in check, which is going to be very difficult for them. Imagine if they had to measure their currencies not against a basket of other currencies that are shit coins, but against a basket that includes Bitcoin. Right? It's not going to look good.
I tend to believe if the government tried to make something, if it failed, it would be extremely bullish for Bitcoin.
I mean, they could try, but I think the writing's on the wall. I think the revolution is already underway, and the revolution has the upper hand. So, agreed. What can they offer anymore? It's it's clear who's going to win this.
But that doesn't mean that it would stop them from not trying to offer something.
That is true, but because the government is the people, and because the politicians are just self-seeking civil servants, they probably will give up easier than you think. If you look at them as a group that owns you, it's different than when you look at them as just civil servants.
Dave, do you ever think there will be a point that you get to the same mindset that you got to today with your goal?
JC, are you there?
Kelly, this weather recently got me wanting to bust out the fall stuff.
I'm telling you, man, it's been a little on the cool side, but it feels like it's warming up today down here.
Yeah, somebody said it's fake out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. It's been a nice little break. I get to work down the yard and a little bit of a heat break, but it is making me feel a little sad about summer ending. I certainly did not get enough summer sun and time. Probably not even a third of what I usually get. I'd probably venture to say not a quarter.
Oh.
I know. It's just
Get out there right now, so I can.
well, I can't. I got a job. I'm doing work. I know. I'm prepping for a job today and tomorrow, so I'm booked all the rest of the weekend. So.
We took the boat out last night for sunset. When we left the marina, I was sweating. The ride home, I had the sweatpants and the sweatshirt on.
I love that. It's like you can be like hot and swimming and then like put on some jeans. JC, are you there? It's like anytime I think about trying to grab him, then he's in the room, but he's not answering. And then whenever I don't think about it, he's playing music and he's here. Brittany, wait, are you still here? No. Are you there, Brittany?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I didn't see you right away. You changed up some of my feet. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, when I got up this morning and was like starting to do my prep, I was like, why didn't I do more of this yesterday? So I have to do it today because it looks like it's gonna be beautiful. We're going down to the beach for at least for a little bit. Had a little bit of my own day before I go and work this job from 6 to midnight.
It's just motivation.
I know, it's like, I don't know what happened. I just think that it seemed like this week just got away from me. And next thing I know, it's like, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, life has been doing that a lot recently.
Well, it's hard when you've got I mean, I will say, like, I think that has a lot to do with like not getting out on the beach much this year as in previous years. It's just, you know, all his life changes. Be a lot. If your dad's alright.
He's doing okay. I mean, he starts another set of treatments on the 3rd, so it's gonna get pretty rough, but yeah. I hope everybody's okay on your end.
Yeah.
As okay as they can be, at least.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, this thing called life ain't too fucking fun sometimes when it starts getting to the end.
Yeah. I didn't realize he was so young.
Yeah, he's 65.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't feel like that's super young, but yeah.
Well, I mean, I actually thought you said 55 earlier.
Oh, no.
Gosh. But still, that's still relatively.
Yeah, and I'm starting to believe more and more that thing that Huddle says is gonna get sick in the 60s, and if you can get past it, you'll be fine. If not, you know, you won't.
Yeah. I don't know, I mean. Yeah, my mom's illness is a direct result of cigarette smoking also. So that's the reason why I have the views that I have.
Yeah, my dad's is from the alcoholism and the smoke.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Bro, somebody had a party on my basil plants.
That's not always a good thing.
Dude, I mean, it's like, you know, I don't even want to use anything that's been nibbled on by a bug, but I could just cut the edges off, I guess.
Yeah. As long as you rinse it and trim it off.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I do. But now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, I don't know why I'm worried about it. I mean, they're trying to push us to eat bugs anyway. A lot of people do eat bugs.
Yeah.
on stage still and not causing a scene. He's matured.
He needs us for content, Dave.
Alright. Well, I see some people are gone that didn't like the conversation, but
That's good.
did you, Adrian, did you kind of agree with what I thought, or did you have anything that you disagreed with about it?
He hasn't talked much, so it's pretty interesting. I don't know if he's there.
Maybe he's just recording us.
Very much unlike him. Sometimes.
Adrian, if you're not gonna talk, we'd rather you not be in here.
What is he recording it?
I know he has.
That's a little weird.
Yeah.
That's a common thing he does. We don't really talk about anything that needs to be recorded anyway.
Not for us.
I'll send you another room.
Yeah. Yep. This is DSE.
Had to get a rock chip fixed in my windshield yesterday. Shout out Safe Light. These guys working their magic. I'm literally about to write a senator or something here in Michigan because I've had to now replace one windshield, 2 rock chips, and
I've noticed when I stopped following cars closely that, and I avoided like trucks and stuff. Like it's a big function of those two.
dump trucks are the worst.
Oh, yeah.
It's because everything's under construction. Like, what took my windshield out was a rock from oncoming traffic. Like, really, the only way to avoid it is don't drive between, like, 11 and...
That's fair. Oncoming traffic, that could hurt.
It scared the hell out of me, man. The rock was probably as big as a $50, and I saw it coming in the air. I was like, fuck. Yeah.
So was it a good experience with your Safe Light repair?
It was a fantastic experience. I've used them 3 times now. These guys do good work. That resin or whatever they used.
It's the first thing I thought of when you said you had to get it replaced. Their marketing is working really well.
They're legit. I had to get them to come out, fix a crack in my windshield once. A huge crack all across the whole. From the cold, just cold crack.
So that means there was a hidden chip, right? There's no way for that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was heated. It was, the car was being heated on the inside, and the outside just it like constricted, and I guess there was some kind of chip there that made it crack across. It's a lot, in my experience now, because I got one filled 5 years ago. Like, if you get it done in the first few days, that sucker's gonna last.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Did you get the whole windshield redone, John, or did you just get the crack fixed?
So on my car, I got 2 cracks filled, or whatever, with the rosin. On my wife's car, she had to get a whole.
Filled with like a resin or something?
Yeah, but on my wife's car, she had to get a whole new. I'll also say, people are pretty shitty these days. Like, her car's 30, maybe 40 days old, already has 4 door dings. Like, to the point where she's parking in the back of parking lots, and her car's still getting whacked.
John, I think
people are so fat.
I can't stand it. It's like, I don't know if they're trying, some places they just make the spaces so daggone small, but it's mainly the people. You can get in and out of your car without tearing up somebody else's car. And I've had the same thing.
My car's 8 years old. 8 years old, and I park at the airport 3 times a week, and I don't have a door ding. It's just.
I look for places that are away from everybody now, just because I don't want my car to be tore up. It's ridiculous. I'm like, where's the far corner that's maybe shady? I'll go over there.
I think you're right also. Whoever said people are fatter these days. Like, I think that's totally true. They can't get out the door without fucking opening it up.
That's an interesting.
So we got smaller spots, like you say, Kelly, combined with fatter people equals harm.
Dude, for real. The only place that has adequate door space is Costco. They do it right. Checking in again. JC, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I got a call. I'm sorry, what was that? No,
I'm looking for JC.
Oh, JC.
No offense, JC. But you are a JC also, I guess. But
I wasn't sure, so.
Must be with his family.
Is Dave still here? No, he's not. And he is. Dave's still here. Dave, what do you know about, like, shocks and strip? Not too much. Yeah, so my car. So, I don't think I need them. Like, my car, I have a 2016 Honda Accord. And it's in, like, mint condition. It's my baby. I just feel like a cow. And I've just been trying to keep up on, like, replacing things. Like, I just did the rotors and brakes and flushed the radiator. Gonna get the trans done here, next oil change. And I was just thinking, I'm like, do I have to replace the shocks ever? Like,
yeah,
I feel like those are something you replace when they go.
Exactly, 100% agree.
Got it. So, like, when the ride is really bad.
I've had shocks or struts last 120,000 miles. I've had them go at 30. Like, it just depends.
Well,
it depends what you're driving. And just wait for them to go bad.
yeah, I've had a similar situation, John. I'm glad you asked that question because, when they do the inspection, they're like, oh, well, you're starting to get some rust here, and it looks like you might need to get some new struts, and blah, 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 blah,
No, it's such a scam.
Yeah.
Yeah, fortunately, I got a good mechanic. Like, I got this kid, he's 22, he's a friend of the family, he's like a savant gearhead. So he does the work for me for, like, next to nothing.
Yeah, I just don't look at shocks or struts as a preventative maintenance thing. When they break, it's not a safety issue. They usually, only one will go at a time. You want to do, each axle. You can do the fronts by themselves or the rears by themselves. As well.
Got it. What do you think about transmission flushes? Because I'm hearing mixed reviews on doing those.
I won't buy an automatic anymore. I mean, my wife drives a modern car, which I guess lately automatic transmissions are pretty reliable. But when I did own an automatic, I did do a flush. Yeah, I've heard mixed theories on whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, because they say like the old fluid. I don't know how the hydraulics actually work, but I did a flush on my old Accord, and it seemed to not get any worse. When it was kicking, it was starting to get a little firm in its gear shifts. But so I'm not against it. I think it's better than a transmission fluid change, because you never get all the fluid out. That's why you do a flush. So if it's time to change the fluid, I don't think there's any downside of doing it.
John, I just went through this. I have an older model car than yours, and I drive a Lexus, and I used to have a Toyota, and the Toyota, obviously makes Lexus. The recommendation was when it gets to 100K on a Toyota to do a drain and fill on the transmission, and then to do it every 30K afterwards. But Lexus is like, don't touch it. And I went back and forth to a couple of different dealers, and then found, and it's interesting, Toyota's like, we do Lexus all the time, and this is what we do. If you do the drain and fill, not a flush, it leaves a little bit of material in there, which is good for the car. And then just to put the transmission fluid back in. I was really I want my car to last a long time. I love my car. So I just took a chance and went ahead and did it, even though Lexus said not to. And I have not had a single problem, and I feel really good about it lasting a lot longer. When they took the transmission fluid out, they were like, it's black. It's a good thing that you did it. So, if you've had a transmission fall out on you like I have, then I would just suggest doing it.
Appreciate it, guys. I'm washing the cars right now, actually.
No worries.
I feel like the outside of my car is going to be mixed forever. And I don't know, my grandma had an Accord, she put 330 on it. I feel like if you do it right, you can keep them all.
I will say this though, John, if you do a transmission, change the fluid, do a drain and fill. That would probably be the safest thing to do, especially with an older model car. But I will say that it's best to just make sure you use the factory fluid, just in case. At least that's what Toyota did. I mean, I used like factory fluid, not an off-brand.
That's really good advice, Kelly. I wouldn't mess around with any transmission fluid that isn't exactly what they put in the car new. And I do like the idea of the drain, that theory of like keeping some of the old fluid in there for some of the maybe the wear properties. But my big thing with anything that's been around, let's say 100,000 miles, is like, what if there's a piece of debris in there, like something, I don't know, one of the slip rings, or, a little piece of, somewhere, something, you just don't want that stuff floating around. And I think at least a drain and fill will get all that stuff out.
That's why I'm huge on an oil change, like very soon after I buy a new vehicle.
Yep.
Because who knows what kind of metal shavings and like, who knows what kind of stuff could be in there still from the factory.
Yeah, and they say with the synthetic oil, like, oh yeah, you can go 10,000 miles, or you can go 7,500 miles. And I'm like, nope, still doing it at 5K every single time.
That brings up a good debate right there. So I, for the longest time, have followed the car. When a car says it's time, that's what I do. And it let me down. It finally let me down. I checked the oil before a long ride, and it was low and dark. I was like, shit, no, we're...
Yeah, one thing that I have learned, because I use like Amsoil, it's really expensive. They're premium synthetic in both of my nice car or my older cars that I consider nice. And what I learned is that, and they've done tests on this, if you shortchange synthetic, or even any oil for that matter, sometimes they've actually found it's better to let the filter stay in for 2 cycles, which makes an oil change a lot easier, to be frank, because you don't have to pop off the filter. And that the filters actually perform better once they've been used a little bit, and you can get usually 15 to 20,000 miles on a filter. I'm like Kelly, I do mine at 5,000 miles, and I'll change the filter end.
filter. That's interesting.
Funny story about using original the OEM fluids. So when I did my first coolant flush on my Honda, I used aftermarket, AutoZone, whatever. And then I started reading online same day. I ordered the right shit. Next day I changed it out.
Yeah, check the chat. You might want to.
Look, when it comes to coolant and transmission,
Hold on one second,
I'm not screwing around. I'm not screwing around. I'm using like factory fluids. Period.
Are we still currently at this moment being recorded?
Yeah, I think so.
On YouTube? What the? Alright, so who's in the audience? Anybody with the red tag, you're getting kicked, sorry.
man like you to teach me how to be lazy.
I'm not teaching you shit, bro.
I need to learn how to be awkward and smooth at the same time. You tell me.
I think you've said enough, brother.
Well, Vivian, let me tell you this. When you're comfortable with the opposite sex, you don't even need to think about whether you can or cannot speak to them. You don't even need to care about if you sleep with 100 women or 2 with
This is what you do, bro. You clear out the fucking room, you fucker, man. You know what? I'm just gonna block you, bro. But you're a fucking degenerate little cunt. Straight up. You understand that? Yeah, no, because I don't like you. I don't like you. Nah, man. I just realized, bro, like I wouldn't chill with you. I wouldn't chill with you in real life. And then I just realized, you know what, man? You're just a fucking retard, bro. Sitting out there on the East Coast, thinking you're bad, you're Vietnamese, taking the piss out of people, calling them this, calling them that. You're a dickhead, bro. I know you are, bro. Don't worry, I'm going to tell Hot Boy Chili Oil, man, to hot you up again, bro. Don't worry, I know you guys will know each other in life. I'm Batch of Bars, you got something there. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That's your boy, bro. Don't lie. Don't lie, bro. You're a little cunt. You know who that is.
Why you be so rude, Vivian?
Because you're a little cunt.
What happened?
With a little dick, bro. Nah, man. Just when I tell you to chill, bro, you don't know how to fucking chill. So now you can act like a little cunt in the fucking hallway.
This is very bad, Vivian, the way you react.
Yeah, because you are a fucking retard.
You know what it is? So much cannabis. This is
no, I don't smoke, bro. I've not even been smoking for a little while, bro. You know this is what I mean. This is what I mean, bro. You know what it is? This is what I'm telling you, bro. You think you know shit, but you don't know.
I'm trying to help you.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to help you.
Help yourself.
It is an act.
Help yourself, brother. That's the only advice I can give him. Fucking hell. What's happening, Tiger? Sorry, I don't think we've spoken before, but hey, Vanessa.
Hi. Yeah, I know we have not. I'm glad they cut his head off, so it's good.
Huh? I don't know. What have you experienced? Have you met him before?
Oh my God, he's awful. Yes.
Oh yeah, okay.
Do a good job. I never wanted to even talk to him. So.
Yeah, no, he's got a habit of doing that. He sends up clearly, it's not about that weird energy, man. It's like he just seems frustrated at life. Like he's unhappy with himself, and so he likes to, I don't know, talk about other people. I don't know. Very unusual character.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I just decided now to end his presence around me because it's extremely frustrating.
Good for you.
Sorry?
Good for you.
Oh yeah.
Where's from?
Where am I from? I'm in London.
Oh, London. Okay. I distinguish your accent with Emily's accent.
Oh yes, she's out in Australia.
Yeah.
Hey Ricardo, don't worry, he won't be back. I just blocked him today, man. I was like, fuck it, man. I've had enough of that shit, man.
I don't mind almost anything.
Nah, I just realised, man. Like, why am I? There's other people I don't surround myself with on the earth, but why do I entertain it, man? With him as well. It's full of shit, man.
Some people have issues, it's unresolved mental stuff.
Yeah, I think he's just unhappy with his own life, bro. Like,
no doubt about it. And there's very prevalent thing among a lot of people like that, so it's sometimes hard to navigate.
Bro, he tried to tell me addresses of properties that I own in it. I was like, bro, pull up, man. I was like, I'll give you my address of where I am now, bro. You don't have to look on the internet, you little cunt. Do you know what I mean? So he wants to know. I was like, bro, I'll give you my postcode, man. I'll come pick you up, bro. Motherfucker, man. You want to know about my... Huh? Oh, Han.
Trying to
But
get
it would be
people
like,
for-
it would be like addresses where I've had like companies registered, but those properties are like addresses that like my family own or whatever, right? So it's like, bro, pull up, man. Like,
Oh, what,
there's
you
someone
go
there
to
apart from a
company's
tenant.
house?
Yeah, whatever, man. But it's like, whatever it is, man, you can fucking find anything. I was like, bro, I'll give you my address, man. Come to my house, innit? If you really want to know where I live, come and see how I live, man. Motherfucker. Come on a video call and show your face on here, man, first before you even talk to me. That was nothing with him before. He doesn't even really like to show his face. Then he acts like a twat on top of that. Like, fuck that.
They look weird.
When you start to see these patterns, like this, like, you know, this little behaviors, we already know there's something off with that person. Like, it never fails. Right?
Yeah, for sure. Usually the way. Just having cheat. That's why, like, most of the spaces, like, we've curated, like, you know, added people that we've chilled with for, like, 1, 2, 3, 4 years, whatever it may be. So it's like, nowadays, if people are just being weird, I'd rather not even have them around, man.
Mm-hmm. After some time, you cannot develop, like, a sense for those things. I mean, we've been here for a minute.
Reggie, come on. You guys know Vanessa? I only met Vanessa now, but hey.
Whatever, everybody.
Yo, just chilling.
Oh, Vanessa's
We're gonna hit the gym in a bit. What are you guys up to?
Went and had a pedicure. Going out for a Chinese meal tonight.
No, local in town.
No, local. Just Hampton Court.
That's nice, man.
You can see the palace from it. It's quite cool.
Yeah, that sounds nice. I've forgotten the name of it. There's a little place that have got those little pods set up outside. I don't know if it's somewhere near Hampton Court. You know what I'm talking about? I've forgotten the name of the restaurant.
Oh, Copper Club.
Yeah, but that's it. That's in town though, right? Near town.
Putney. There's one in Putney. There's one in.
But there's something similar to that out in the sticks, and they've got like really nice grounds, and it's oh man, I can't remember.
Oh,
the name.
I know what you're talking about. Fuck. My brother goes there. It begins with a B. Beaverbrook?
I think that could be it. Let me check.
Probably Beaverbrook. It's where he has all his, you know, wanky client meetings.
Yeah, they've got the country club there.
Yeah.
It is nice there though.
Yeah, it's nice. I looked to get married then. It's bloody extortion. I was going to get married at Botley's, which was when I was getting married to the last guy. That was really nice. It used to be an insane asylum.
I know someone that done their wedding at Clevedon. One of my ex's cousin did a wedding at Clevedon. Yeah, that's beautiful.
I like Strawberry Hill House. That's really
One of
nice.
my mates did this, you know, the Roundhouse in Camden.
Yeah.
His brother fucking shut down Disneyland Paris, didn't it, for his wedding? Fucking hell. Yeah.
I think we have too much money.
Yeah, you know what Indian weddings are like.
I know. And well, it's the same as Jewish weddings, Indian weddings. I grew up. Do you know? You must have heard of Theo Fetus, right? He was on Dragon's Den, right? So I went to the same school as his daughter. She was in the same year as my brother. They were our neighbours growing up in when we had our place in Spain. So we always holidayed with them. And she was with a guy from school, really nice guy, all set to get married at the Dorchester. Literally hired the whole of the Dorchester out. And a month before the wedding, it got cancelled. Imagine the deposit that was lost on that. I mean, Theo doesn't have to worry. He's got stupid amounts of money.
Yeah, he's like big multi.
Yeah, but he was always really nice.
I mean, my cousin did the Park Lane. That was quite nice. Fiance Marriott or something.
Yeah, the Grave was nice.
Oh, sorry, yeah, what's the version? Hold hold
Yeah, it's probably the graveyard. We
Yeah.
can marry it. It's not so she.
Yeah, no, it was stunning. We had like the little ballerinas coming in, doing the little dances. It's like sort of a video somewhere there, like the ornate ceilings. It was lovely. And then
For my mum's 60th, we hired out the top of the Ivy, the original Ivy.
oh yeah, that's really lovely.
That was banging. That was seriously good. That was elite level because it's like old money. It's not like, you know, because no one knows there's really the upstairs of the Ivy. You know what I mean?
My cousin did something similar. My brother-in-law did something similar for my cousin's sister's birthday a few years back. I don't know if you know Moore Park Golf Club.
Yeah.
He did the birthday there. That was quite
I'm
nice.
so glad everyone of my age group stopped getting married now. Everyone's just getting divorced, which is a lot cheaper for me.
Well, you're having divorce parties nowadays, yeah?
Yeah. My parents met at a divorce party.
Shut up.
Yeah, my parents met in like 78, 70 something, divorce party where everyone got married in the 70s. And then my mum left, and my dad said after mum left, it all turned into a bit of an orgy, and he woke up on the floor next to a couple in the bed having sex.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, but after since my mum died, my dad's told me, like, oh, I was driving through Kingston, there's like this big council estate. My dad was like, I've been in there. I was like, why have you ever needed to go into the Cambridge estate, which is where they used to film like The Bill and like, not Gangs of London, what's the other one? Oh, the other one with, it's quite recent. It's like, trying to think. It's mainly based around.
Oh, Top Boy.
Top Boy, yeah, they filmed a lot of Top Boy.
That was all around IOD, man, and all near Isle of Dogs.
Yeah, but a lot of stuff, there's stuff that they had, because it costs so much, that Kingston is like one of the number one places that gets filmed in, outside of Central, because it's a lot cheaper to film. But I said, why were you over there? He was like, oh, I used to go to sex parties there. I was like, what? I was like, what, whilst you were with mum? He's like, yeah, I wouldn't do anything. We'd just go in and have a look around. I'd be like, fucking hell. Fucking hell. The shit you learned about your parents.
Like shit you can't unhear.
Yeah, like the fact that I now know my dad can't get a hard on. Thank you.
No, he's telling you this.
Yeah, he told me I reckon a week after my mum had died in the most traumatic way, my dad decided to tell me his penis ain't not correct. I was like, great, tell me your dad is Larry David without telling me your dad. This is the most Larry David thing my dad ever did, right? About 4 or 5 months ago, somebody through the synagogue told him that a woman called Sheila had died. So my dad doesn't let anything into it, calls up his best mate, Tom, and goes, hi Tom, I don't know how to tell you this, but your ex-wife, I've just had an email, she's dead. Tom's like, what? Okay, I've not been with her for like 20 odd years, but shit, no, the kids need to know. Dad's like, yeah, I just thought I'd let you know. It wasn't fucking the same Sheila, was it? It was a totally different Sheila. My dad didn't understand.
He's spreading fucking fake news around the
like,
community.
that's like the most Larry David thing. And then this is complete karma for my dad. Like, my mum's only been dead like 10 months. My dad went to a barbecue, he was like chatting up this woman, and he was like, oh, you know, I thought she's very nice and she's somebody I could spend time with. And I'm just sitting there going, I'm gonna fucking nut you in the face in a minute. And then apparently he said to her, oh, how do you, I know it's very rude, but how old are you? And she said, oh, 65 or something. And she said, how old are you? And he said, I'm 73. She went, oh, that's great. He said he was like, yes. And she went, I should set you up with my mum.
No way.
Yeah.
No, what?
She's 80. You'd be a really good match. She spent like 2 hours chatting.
Oh man, the look on his face.
The karma. I
Priceless.
was like, you know what? That's fucking karma. Mum, that is my mum up there going, yeah.
Middle fingers up, yeah.
Yeah, you fat fuck.
Try and replace me. As well for my mum, this year, I don't think my dad had ever mentioned another woman. I've never seen another woman in the house.
Say that again, it's been how long?
10 years, it'll be 10 years, next a couple of days. And like, I don't think my dad's ever even mentioned anyone.
Oh, my dad looks like Gru from Despicable Me. There's no chance my dad is going to find a woman. Like, she'd have to
no,
have
my dad's in shape, but it's just like, yeah, it's just never, yeah.
No, my dad won't actually act on anything. I mean, he can't, but he's just told me the thing doesn't work. But I think it's more just like the attention of like a woman. I think he just wants somebody that's going to come round and like look after him.
Cooking things, tend to him.
Yeah.
Like
trim his toenails.
Oh God.
No, I tell you, this is how bad. This is when you know you've been brought up in a fucking Jewish household, and especially like an Eastern European and Middle Eastern family. Is that my dad? When I had just moved out after like 14 weeks after Mum died, and my dad was like, "I've got terrible piles." I was like, "Thanks." Again, another thing I didn't need to know, but thank you for telling me. And then my brother's texting me going, where's all the medicine? I was like, it should be in this drawer, da 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 da. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, I'm not joking. Dad just said, do you think Katie would come over and help me put a suppository in? Because your mum always used to do it for me.
Oh shit, yeah, no, I don't think you'd want to do that, would you? You'd need a nurse.
No, I'd lose my fucking hand.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 30 stone, I'd lose my hand. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go anywhere near it.
Yeah.
A black hole of doom. But yeah, people, and I don't know if you're like, your dad's probably not like it, but there's something I've noticed with like older people, especially when it's your parents, like they feel like they've got a God-given right to say anything they want with no repercussions.
He doesn't really talk much. He doesn't really say much, man. And when he does, he'll talk to he'll talk to my mates more than he talks to me. Do you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, my dad's like that as well. Yeah.
It would be all best mates with all my mates. So like when his own son asks for something, just sit there in fucking silence.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. The dynamic's very weird now. Especially when you have one parent, it's very weird.
Yeah, no, my mum was like my mum and dad, you get me?
Yeah, same. My dad was a good provider, like provider.
Yeah, I can't knock him for that.
No, and I remember saying to Dad, like maybe like we had a major falling out probably like 20 years ago. He didn't talk for like nearly 8 years.
No way. I'm sort of in the process of that at the moment.
Yeah, it's hard to navigate, but he made my life hell because I was dating someone that he didn't approve of. And then, of course, he was right and had to tell me, I told you so, when the guy left me. He never was affectionate, never said I loved you, never hugs, never kisses, never I value you, you're beautiful, all that stuff. And now he's like, oh, hello, darling, oh, give me a kiss before you leave. And I'm like, the other day, he was like, oh, you're so rude, you won't kiss me. I went, Dad, you haven't hugged me for 40 years, and now all of a sudden, you want hugs and kisses. It doesn't.
I've seen him how he is as well with the grandkids and like the great nieces and nephews and everything. It's like a complete different person. So,
yeah, it's mad, isn't it? It's mad. My dad and I can sit in silence for hours. And then one of my friends comes over, and my dad's like, you can't shut him up. He's like, so tell me, tell me about your big toe. I'm so interested to hear all about your life, but no interest in my fucking life or my struggles.
For real. I can relate.
He made me, yesterday I went over and he made me clear out all my mum's clothes.
Yeah, well, I still haven't done that.
Yeah.
Never opened the cupboard, but what we're going to do with it? Even for my sister to do that, man. I don't think any of us really want to.
No, well, but the thing is, my dad's like OCD, so I remember once Mum going to Israel for a month to the solariums because we all have we all suffer with like psoriasis, and she went, and literally the day she went, my dad hired 2 skips and cleared out the garage. My dad, who hasn't looked in, like they moved from like a 7-bed house to a 3-bed flat, about 5 years ago. Maybe 5-6 years ago. My dad, who has never ever looked in any of the cupboards, in any of the drawers, in anything in any part of the house, all of a sudden, in the last couple of months, has, unbeknownst to us, cleared out everything from all the cupboards. We have no idea what he's been. I know there's going to be sentimental things that he's just got rid of.
Like, we're just like, I actually said to him the other day, if you throw another fucking thing away, I'll put my tiny hands around your big fat neck and throttle you to death. And said, you cannot throw anything else away. I will go ape shit. I'll put you in the cheapest, nastiest nursing home you can think of. He was like, okay.
I think you got through to him.
Yeah. You have to with like Middle Eastern men. You just have to. You have to kind of,
put your foot down.
Yeah, because they'll walk all over you otherwise, because they're so used to getting their way. And he did for so many years. My mum was just his like.
Yes, 3 bags full. Yeah.
Yeah, like she just did everything for a quiet life. Like even when she had cancer, like his laziness is like crazy because he's never had to do anything himself. He didn't know how to use a washing machine or an iron. He's 73, like. No idea.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I cook, clean, know how to do
That's my husband. My husband, like,
I mean, you have to nowadays, man.
But I moved out at 20.
You have to be able to do that.
I moved out at 20, so I've lived out of the house for longer than I lived at home. My husband moved out when he was 18. He's not close with his parents at all, which in its own way is quite difficult because I don't think he quite understands my grief. Because my mum was literally my best friend. Like, you know how people say
your biggest cheerleader. Like,
yeah, well, she was like my soulmate. Like, people always go, "Oh, is Bob your soulmate?" I'm like, no, my mum was my soulmate. Like, we spoke like 10 times a day, every day. But yeah, he's like, my husband is so self-sufficient. Like, don't get me wrong, there's jobs around the house that I'll do.
Taking out the bins.
Yeah, like he does the bins, he does the hoovering because my back kills my back because I've obviously got spinal injuries. Like, but he can cook, he can clean, he knows how to do everything. We live a very. My brother though, at 43, my brother was 42 when my mum died. He'll be 43 in like a week's time. He had never really ever had to wash, iron, cook or clean for himself. My mum did it all. He'd bring all his clothes over to her house and she'd do everything. He'd eat breakfast and lunch at their house because he worked like they had the home office, like because they had their own business. Never done anything for himself. She used to go to the dry cleaners for him, do his washings. She'd go over and clean his flat. Like, it's just insane.
You don't realise until you have to start, until those people aren't around anymore, then they realise just how much they had done for them.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. There's things for me. Like my mum used to come over every day and let the dogs out. But that's because she liked to get out of the house. Like
spend some time with the dogs, go for something.
And if I'd had actual kids, she would have been doing a fuck lot more than coming over to my house for half an hour each day.
Oh yeah, but that would have been her choice, and she would have wanted that. And the same as coming out to see the dogs, or taking them for a walk, and even for herself to get out of the house.
Yeah, and she loved it. She loved it. She was like, I'm grandma to the dogs, and they love me. And like, if my husband, like Bob and I were going away somewhere, she'd have the dogs at hers, and like, do you know what I mean? Like, she loved the love that they give you. Plus, you can lock them up and go out, so they were actually all tied to them,
Yeah. Ricardo's got a pet dog that he doesn't own next door that always barks. So he just does like cat noises, like antagonise the dog.
Oh,
poison that little one.
What kind of
That's the creature that I hate the most in the world right now.
which one?
White poodle, like my neighbor's white poodle.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Which creature? So fucking loud.
Yeah.
Never stop. Like cannot be pacified by any means. Doesn't shut up.
Yeah,
Just doesn't shut up. Just keeps barking all day.
You would hate living next door to me. My dogs don't bark all day, but when they bark at something, there's 3 of them, and it's like, it's
like an echo.
Yeah, it's like it sounds like World War III, but they don't bark all day. They might bark for like 10 seconds here and there.
that would be okay. Like I wouldn't even know it because like this is like a you know
consistent.
Just a sound like but when you think never said like just like that's the what noise.
Well, the good thing is my best friend lives next door to me, and then my other really good friends live like 2 doors down from me, so most of my neighbours don't care. They find it funny. And to be honest, like, I hear my godchildren that live next door to me scream and shout and have arguments all day long, so...
way worse.
Like, the amount of times I'm like, I see them the next day and I'm like, what you said to your mother last night was...
disgusting.
Disgusting.
Imagine trying to record yourself playing the guitar when that dog's doing that.
Yeah, that would
not
be
fun.
Have you said anything to your neighbours?
No, I plan to kill them.
No, don't joke. Where do you live?
In Brazil.
Oh, Brazil.
Not much.
There's so many Brazilians recently, not on the app, but I mean like in real life, like.
There's
I
a few
swear.
of them.
Where?
In London, like Brazilians and Colombians, there's a few. A couple of girls.
No, so they're having work done in the house 2 doors down, and there's a really nice builder, and he met the dogs, and he was like, they're so cute, they're so little, and I was like saying to him, well, where's your accent from? And he was like, I'm from Brazil. And he said, my English is really bad. And I said, it's not, it's better than, I mean, it seems I can only really speak like English. I said, you're doing really well. And he was like, I love England. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, so safe here. And I was like, yeah. And then who else did I meet? I met a woman the other day that was Brazilian. And then another guy. It's just, yeah, it's like all of a sudden I'm like, sorry, Brazilian. I've never noticed it before.
A lot of folks that complain that like they leave Brazil for those reasons. And but I don't know, like they've told me that London is not that safe anymore. So like I'm not sure if these dudes are like making like such a great.
It depends. I think London is safe if you're a safe person. I think if you're mixing with the wrong crowd, London is not safe at all. But I mean, the only time I've ever been attacked in London has never been by anybody of a different race or culture or country. It's always been like some English working class guy called Gary, who's just an idiot. You know?
Yeah, I heard that a lot of the issue is stabbing and I know bats, that kind of stuff, but no, not like fire gun.
Yeah, but again, it depends from, it depends on where you are and who you're hanging around with. I mean, it's
obviously, like if you're getting like mixed up with like mafia, like crime criminals, of course.
Yeah, but most of the people in London that are getting stabbed are kids that are drug dealers.
Yeah, or like people setting each other up.
Yeah, or like.
Because they're like basically like taking their business and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
gang wars and stuff like kids, man.
But
they're all gangsters. They all want to work together. All the gangs from like Tottenham, Leighton. I knew people that was running shit, bro. They all fucking squashed shit because everyone wanted to make money, bro.
Yeah.
My boy came like, anyway, he was in music, man. Like he got all the fucking rappers. Stefflon Don is who he signed. That Stefflon, whatever he calls himself nowadays, man. But he signed her up. He put her on the fucking map. He brought other people up with him. You see what I'm saying? He did. Like, you can't be doing all that when there's money to be made. And it wasn't like chump change, bro. You're talking like multi-million-pound deals, bro. Like record deals and shit. Yeah. So it's like, that all got squashed, man. But some people resented him for that. But at the end of the day, bro, he was the only black dude I knew back then that had a fucking drop top fucking baby blue Bentley Continental, bro, fucking when I was like 18 and I'd be sitting in the car with him and everyone would be like, yeah, he's a drug dealer. But it's like, bro, who gives a shit, bro, what the fuck he was doing? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, as in, bro, he was running a legit fucking business. He weren't doing all that fucking roadman shit, bro. Do you see what I'm saying? But it's like people still associate people with stuff like that because they see someone who's like whatever, brown or black, whatever, being successful, man. It's crazy, bro. Trust me. It used to be funny though, man. People would think that sort of shit, but like, put it this way, his uncle
was in with Atlantic Records with Neo. When Neo was big, his uncle, so when Neo was in town, I met that motherfucker with him. Do you see what I'm saying? When Future's in town nowadays, when Future comes to town, this motherfucker's like chaperoning with fucking Future. So like when I say his uncle was like big in Atlantic Records back in the day, like the guy was like, you know, he was known in the industry. That's how he had artists signing up. Like that's why he had artists coming to him and to sign up. Otherwise, they can go to anyone, right? Hey, Feffel. You know, if they're good enough.
That definitely rings a bell. Like Atlantic Records is it was a big label. Very big label. There's a lot of money on that.
Well, my boys here.
There's so many lawyers.
My boys at the moment have got their own labels. Now everyone's got their own label though. That was the future of music, man. So like a couple of boys have got their own artists now, like Selena, Sharma, whatever, some Australian Indian chick. You know, that's my boy's artist. He's got a couple of other up-and-coming people. You know, it's one of those things that they're just, you know, everyone's doing their thing, man, especially in the music game. It's like, you hear about it now, but that's what I'm saying. Like, when you talked about that gang stuff, but the ones that the elders know that violence or problems on the street is bad for business, simple. So whatever it is, wash it and make money. Make money.
But eventually
like,
these guys had to go to war because just cross each other's path and then like some disputes over something. Like there's like some money making point. Like selling drug. That or like there's some.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's why he showed them the way. The guys like AJ Tracy, Mostak from Leighton, Sevak, Bangles went to school with us. Do you see what I'm saying? These guys are like international fucking producers now. Like Bangles is fucking globally recognized. He's done something like, you know, not everyone will know him, but yeah, you may have heard his music, but you might not know he produced it necessarily. Hey Dolce.
What's up, babe?
Wait. I need to listen to some audio here. Just a minute.
Yeah. What are you guys up to? Oh no, you guys come together, yeah? Okay.
Emily just likes to follow me into groups.
I got notified Dolce was talking, so I immediately had to come in.
Wait, you can get notified if someone's talking? Or you can...
Yeah, don't you have notifications turned on?
No, I haven't. I don't.
Off always, man. Why would you leave notifications on this app, man? It's like your phone will just be popping off like 24/7.
No, you can disable it for every person. Like if
you just switch off. Yeah, you just switch off notifications.
Yeah, it went to everyone like Sophie, and I turned it off, and then I kept it on for like Gabbana and Dolce and my friends.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Maybe I should do that.
Yeah, if you click on like anyone's profile and then the three dots, and then it says notification settings. Mine's set to always for Dolce.
I love that.
Well, what about me and Ricardo?
It's actually set to never notify for you.
Yeah. What?
Block.
Wow. It's alright, Han won't be coming back anyway for a while because he's been,
Who?
He's in the naughty corner for a bit.
What do you mean? Like you blocked him?
Yeah, I just said to him, man, I was like, bro, what's wrong with you, man? Like, every time, man, you do this, bro, it's like, just kill some vibe, man. Yeah, man. I told him while he was here.
I thought you knew that he was
I do know him, man, but he just doesn't know how to fucking behave, man. I don't like that. Han. It's weird, man. It's just weird. It's just weird. I don't like it, man. Motherfucker doesn't show his face. He doesn't have any social links. He wants to know everything about me. He knows, like, some of my addresses, like, where I'm at business addresses. So I was like, bro, I'll give you my address now if you want to come to my house. Like, bro, you don't need to look me up on the internet. You know what I mean? I hate people like that, man.
Yeah. Was he one of your best? I don't even know who this man is.
No, he's just a troll, man. I've just tolerated it for long enough. But I'm just like, you know what, man? I was just like, fuck off, man. Yeah. I'm not in the mood. I think, like, just in general, I have to like BS these days.
Yeah. What do you do for work, Viv?
Yeah, I'm in real estate. We do like advisory for like acquisition, sites, build out the ground, like conversions, sites without planning, get planning, and then construct.
Wait, where do you live in the UK, right?
London.
Yeah. So is it like good real estate over there?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like different parts of town, lots of high rises. I work with a lot of the developers that do like the high rise sort of towers. Berkeley, CPL, Finch, Hatton. Like the higher end stuff, man. Like luxury high rise towers. My sister used to work for like the developer that built like the tallest residential tower in whatever, like Western Europe, whatever. It's like 75 stories here. We sold a bit in there. They're building another one at the moment that's 50 stories. We've done a floor in there. There's still a couple of bits available in there that we're working on. So yeah, I like to do like off-market floors. Like we'll do floor plates, so I won't do like individual units. So we'll do like a whole floor to like a group or a fund or two. We'll take like a couple of floors at a time. There's like 8-10 apartments per floor. But then like river views, like nice amenities, gyms up on like the 50th floors, shit like that. Like high-rise buildings like along the river, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm. What's the most expensive place you've sold? Like, how much was it?
Well, at the moment, today it's around 12 mil. Well, the listing price was 12 mil. It sold for a little bit less than that. We actually agreed at like 10.8.
So then, okay, when it's like 10.8, what's the commission split you get on that? Because
business.
you can't
so typically,
thing?
Yeah. It will vary on development to development.
Tell me, I actually want to know so bad now that I
the fees here are a lot lower than in the US, but typically it's like 1 to 2%.
Okay, so for like, for like a 10 point whatever million, you'd get like, what is 1%? Like 100,000? 10,000? I don't even know. I don't even know the money, honestly. What's 1% of? Let me just look that up.
Hey, Gabby.
I thought so.
If you know any clients that want to buy floors with nice views, with nice yields, let me know.
Because like I watch Selling Sunset, right? And
yeah.
You know what Selling Sunset is, man?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So like for them, they do like it's what is it? I forget the commission split. I've got 15%.
Oh right, yeah. No, for me it's like so say if there's another, so sometimes there might be another agent involved in the deal. So obviously some of that will
be co-listing. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, it depends if they're involved with the sale though. So even though they might also be listing it, I don't need to pay them as part of my fee. There might be someone else who's helped broker the deal. So sometimes, like here, to give you an example now, when you're dealing with people at that end of the market, it will be, I'll have like access to, say, for example, a couple of clients are in like the Panama Papers, for example. I've been on the phone to like Bank of Singapore directors with them. They've got 3 figures in the millions in the bank lodge with them, but he's got a fucking great line of credit with that bank. So if he wanted like to purchase like for 10-20 million here, he won't use his own money. He'll get lending from the bank. Even though they're cash rich, they're not going to use their own money. And so, for example, he's got his own, PA and whatever, but his head of operations, everything still goes through him, even though I'm direct with, like, that guy, Pinkish, whatever his name is, yeah? And at the end of the day, that guy that he's got, or the lawyer, would also want to fucking kick back out the fee, because sometimes they'll make sure the deal goes through, or, there's other people that you need to drink, or that will also, help broker the deal to make sure everything goes smoothly. So a lot of the time they're going to influence or make the final decision, even though it's like not them who's buying it directly, but they're going to be in a place of influence where they'll sort of have like the final say on it as such, or they'll be like yes or no, and then obviously they're advising their boss as such. If that makes sense.
I think so.
So usually there's always other people involved in the deal. So like even though those are the fees, there are drinks involved, although some of that will be chopped up between a couple of other people.
Do you have your broker's license?
Yeah, it's not the same as it is in the US. Here it's not the same. You don't need a license to set up an agency. You just join like a couple of accreditation boards, and it's very different. You have to do like exams and something. Some get your realtor's license or something. It's a very different process to how it is here. This is why I came away from the agency side about 7-8 years ago. Any man and his dog can open up an agency here, so that's why I moved over to like more of an advisory sort of role about 2016, and so I've just never really looked back since.
Interesting. Yeah. I feel like real estate is like you have to either do really well and like make a lot of money, or like you lose a lot of money.
It can be.
I think it depends on how good you are at talking to people and like persuading people.
Yeah, you gotta be able to close. Yeah, and you get them window shoppers that want to see everything and they don't want to buy anything. That can be annoying too. So like nowadays, unless I'm seeing proof of funds, man, I'm not even going out to a viewing. You know what I'm saying? It's like show me the money, letter of intent, like LOI, POF, and then we can talk. Simple. I'm not even entertaining stuff otherwise.
Can you, as like in the real estate, like whatever field, can you ever be salary based, or is it only ever commission based?
Oh no, of course I could be if I wanted to, but I've always preferred this. I'll set up myself back in 2008, so or 2009, November 2009. Actually. They've been 15 years, pretty much. I thought about it, like going over to like a fund, like a residential fund that only buys like commercial residential property. Like you do get them, but I think the way interest rates are here at the moment, it's not quite as appealing. But for them to purchase, but it's like. Yeah, that would be something I would even think to or look at exploring maybe in the coming years, or even if there was a good opportunity where there was a relatively healthy basic, it would have to be like a very healthy basic, I guess, for me to come away from what I'm doing. To make it even for me to entertain it. To put it into context, it's like, I don't know if you know who Zara Hadid. I've got a site here with direct with like the owners, some guys from Saudi.
When the election comes around, 90% of black men are going to vote for Kamala Harris. Just like every other election, 90% of black men vote for the Democrat generally. It's like not going to be. They've been trying to make Brexit happen for the past 3 elections, and obviously it hasn't happened because it's not real.
And to that point, I mean, because I don't know how you feel,
But we'd love to have a Jasmine Crockett replace your Kitover. We would love that. But